Start the live. Okay, let's wait for Marcus.
I'm back.
Hey. Okay. I had to
Can you hear me?
restart the live. Yes, I can hear you. It stopped all of a sudden, but here we are.
Back in action.
Yeah. I gotta take out my phone from the case because it overheats. But anyhow, it's so exciting. We live. We made it. You see any people you want to shout out to?
I
I
do.
already
What
did
up,
my shout out.
Shauna? What up, Shauna? My prophetic prophet from Israel.
Nice. All right. Well, let's get it started. We got some stuff to talk about. We got a whole bunch of topics to talk about. Real life, deep talk, all of that good jazz.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Maybe just to give a quick introduction to the people that do not know me or do not know you from your followers and my followers. Hi, everybody. My name is Esme. 31 years old, live in Germany. I've lived in the US for a little bit in Atlanta, and I've also lived in the Netherlands. My job pretty much brought me all around the world, and I'm super grateful for that. And actually, that's how I met Marcus, my dear friend. We are coworkers, so we both work in corporate as project managers, an executive assistant. Yeah, shared many struggles, tough times, and good times together, many successes, and yeah, we've been quite on a journey for the last 1.5 years, I want to say.
2 years.
Actually 2 years. Yeah, you're right, 2 years. It's pretty much 2 years since I met you. Wow, it's insane. But we've been quite on a journey, and we just wanted to hop on here and share our experiences, our takeaways, things that we would like to give back, and just create a community basically on here to share, support, show love, and also take you with us on this journey that's all based on faith, basically. But over to you, Marcus.
Hey, everybody. Marcus Wilson. 36. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. So completely different country. But yeah, like Esme said, worked with her for the last 2 years now, in executive offices and everything. And then do a lot of stuff outside of the corporate space as well with the clothing business and just mentoring, coaching, fitness, health and wellness. Bringing messages daily on the Threads app. So get into my pastoring phase and all that stuff. But excited about just talking about the faith journey and everything that involves God within our lives each and every day and how we incorporate that. So thanks for having me today.
Thank you for joining. All right. Well, what do I what do we start with? What do you want to start with? Maybe New Year's resolutions. I know it's a topic. This is like we're in January. January is almost over. I don't even know how January passed.
Yeah,
Literally. Like
that means everybody's resolution's already over as well.
exactly. I just saw a post earlier that by February, 80% of people already give up on their New Year's resolutions. And I'm like, we don't need no New Year's resolutions. Like my New Year already started in December. Like it's a lifestyle. Like if you make stuff into a lifestyle, you won't need no New Year's resolution.
Yeah,
So
that's why I tell people all the time. I hate New Year's resolutions. And the analogy that I always use, because it's an easy one to use, is just health and wellness and just fitness. How everybody wants to lose 10 to 15 pounds or whatever number that you have set for yourself at the beginning of every single year. And people have all these goals. That's what New Year's resolutions are. They have goals, but they have no plan to go along with the goal. And I always say, like, a goal without a plan is just a dream at the end of the day. Because I can say all day that I want to lose 10 to 15 pounds. But if I don't map out a plan how to lose that 10 to 15 pounds, am I going to wake up earlier? Am I going to drink more water? Am I going to go to the gym and work out 4 or 5, 6 days a week? Am I going to change the stuff that I eat? Am I going to start taking more vitamins and all that stuff? If none of that is going to happen, and I just say I want to lose 10 to 15 pounds, you'll be at the gym for 2 weeks and then you want to quit because it gets too hard and you didn't change your lifestyle, you didn't change your mentality, you didn't change anything that you really needed to do. And all you did was dream at the end of the day. So come 2026, you want to lose 20 pounds. Come 2027, you want to lose 25, and it just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking. And before you know it, now all of a sudden the doctor told you something that's life threatening that you could have handled years prior just by making a lifestyle change. You don't need New Year's resolutions with any realm of life that we walk through, not just health
Exactly.
and fitness, but anything.
Exactly. That's like what literally I've been preaching all the time. Like, if you want to do something, just do it, just try it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just start with something. You don't have to have everything figured out or planned out. Same goes not just like for fitness or health, it's also eating better. Like, we always say, okay, December, we just eat all that junk food and all that, like, holiday goodies and all that, and we're like, yeah, we'll start in January, but it's never gonna happen because January comes around, you try for 2 days, and then you realize it's too hard. Like,
Yeah,
nah, I'm gonna go back and grab a grab a bag of chips and just like enjoy my evening
yeah,
instead of hitting the gym and like changing your diet and replacing all that processed food with whole foods actually. And it's not that hard if you like actually get in the kitchen and meal prep maybe on a Sunday. That's how I used to do it. If you're super busy, that's a way of doing it. But honestly, cooking is not that hard and it doesn't take up that much time.
yeah. Plus, you know what exactly you're putting in your body versus what a restaurant is. Because what's at the restaurant, especially in America, is not legal ingredients in other countries. That should tell people something right off the bat of what you actually put in your body. Because true organic food
Yeah.
at the grocery store, a health tip for everybody, real quick, should start with the number 9 on the back of the label.
Mm,
True organic. So when you see like 6, 7, 8, that is not true organic. They can write organic on the front of the package, but it's not really organic. You got to turn around, look at the label, and actually look at the ingredients as well. People get so caught up in how much carbs something have and sodium and sugar and all that type of stuff. Yes, that's important, but look at the actual ingredients. If it says organic coconut water, when you flip it around, the the ingredient should say coconut water.
right.
Not a paragraph full of stuff that you put in your body, like ascorbic acid and all that stuff. That's why people's stomachs are always torn up and stomach lining. Like you have no idea what you're actually putting in your body.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm wondering, like, I have to check if the same goes for Germany with the number 9 on the back of organic products, because I'm always like, these products are so pricey. Like, is this really actually organic? But I must say, that I have noticed a difference between organic in the US and organic here is probably exactly what you were just saying. I simply didn't know that I have to
Yeah.
check back that it starts with a 9, so I know it's truly organic. I could literally taste a difference here when I buy organic stuff, that it tastes more fresh. It has literally the taste it's supposed to taste, like the flavor. But
Mhm.
in the US, I was like, I don't know, like I wasn't sure. It
They're
was
they're
odd.
trying to kill us over here in this country every single day.
Yeah, I
Even
agree.
even the fast food is different in other countries. It'll taste
Yeah,
completely different versus
yeah,
like McDonald's here. You basically eating those little kid toys that are fake food, little squeaky toys. That's what they put on our body over here. And people
yeah,
don't even realize because you're looking for a meal, a fast fix, a resolution that it don't work that way. It
yeah,
takes time to
yeah,
build those plans, those steps, this discipline, all that stuff.
yeah.
And a lot of people just, I mean, if you just run the God first, it'll open up your mind to a whole bunch of stuff that He needs you to do
Mhm,
in the vision. But we just don't listen as people. And
mhm.
I fall
I'm
into that
seeing.
category and stuff too.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments while you're speaking. My friend Sean, she's also saying, yeah, it's getting worse here too. It's true. Like, the quality of stuff is getting worse while the price is getting higher. So make it make sense, literally. Like, it's just a topic you can literally continue going on and on and on. And I've realized once I moved back from the US to Germany, my skin immediately started clearing up. I was like, what is happening? Like I knew that before actually, because when I would come back home to visit and I would be here like for 1 or 2 weeks
Hmm.
and I would go back, my skin was like would get so much clearer going back to the US that after a week or two of staying here in Germany. And I'm wondering if it's the food, if it's the water. It could have been the tap water
all,
or
all,
like the filtered
all of
water.
it.
Yeah, the filtered water from the refrigerator, even I don't even think that is good.
Yeah.
So, or maybe the shower water, because a lot of people buy filters for their shower. And I know Atlanta might be different than Texas because you got springs out there, but in
Yeah.
Georgia, I'm not sure if we have springs out there, but you were mentioning the spring water that you buy in Texas, for example, and we don't really have that much spring water in Georgia.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier in Texas because we got a brand called Ozarka in Texas. So it's 100% natural spring water versus all this purified water and all that type of stuff
Mhm.
that they want you to drink. But you should be drinking, actually got one, Ozarka. So
I hope they're
100% natural
sponsoring
spring
you.
water. There you go. Have one right on site.
Oh,
But yeah, like every
that's good.
single thing that we put into our body, you either making yourself healthier or you leading yourself closer to death every single day.
Hmm. Maybe we can continue with a topic that is also like linked to this because we've spoken about New Year's resolutions and like health and I mean everything that we're doing for our health. How about mindset and like getting up early to have the most out of your day? How did you go about that? How long have you been doing what you're doing currently?
Um, Majority of my whole life, honestly. So like I'm born on the East Coast originally, but moved out in Texas over 20 years ago and stuff like that when I was younger. So come from a military family and raised with a lot of that mindset, with discipline, and all that stuff. And then just playing sports my whole life, especially football. Just having like that structure of everything that you go through with workouts and all that stuff. Even when I went into my 20s and 30s now, going into the corporate space or just life in general, I've always kept that same competitiveness and structure throughout every realm of life that I go through. So I structure my days like Monday through Friday. I get up at 4:30 every single day, and then I go to the gym by 5. I'm done by 6:30. I go home, shave, shower, start getting ready for work, and then head into the office around 8 o'clock. And then like there's so much more stuff that I'm doing. Like I even have notes in my notes app because I'm very OCD. So I used to be OCD and ADHD. So ADHD always affected me through school, reading, writing, all that type of stuff. To where I had these mental blocks where I would literally be wandering all over the place. So that used to affect my mindset and how I prepare my day. When really that's just an attack from the enemy at the end of the day. So I did a 40 days of prayer and fasting last year that helped remove that. So now when that comes on, I know exactly how to deal with that. And then my OCD, which used to be really bad as a kid, to where I literally count to the number 3 out loud over and over and over again. So you think I'm crazy. Or before I leave a room, I got to touch certain things a certain amount of time. To where now my OCD is more so about structure and being clean and organized. Like my house is super clean. Everything lined up. Everything's always put
We
away,
love
organized.
that. My OCD
But
self loves that.
so it could be a bad thing for some people, but for me, I figured out how to make it a good thing, and just having that structure in everything that you do. I jot down a lot of notes in my notes app, my calendar app, my reminders app on my phone because I don't like pen and paper. So it just gives me those daily reminders to not be forgetful. And yes, Shauna, 4:30 a.m. Get up. Don't make that face. It's hard at the beginning. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's hard in the beginning to get up that early, but like research has shown, like 21 days, 3 weeks of building a habit and a routine, and then your body gets into it. So now, like even on the weekends where I don't need to be at work and all that stuff, I naturally still get up at 5:30, 6:30. Like me sleeping in is 7. I can't sleep past like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
My body will naturally get up, and when I do workouts in the morning time, yes, you're tired when you initially get up, but it gives me so much more energy throughout the day So I've just taken those same mindsets and built it around every single thing in life, whether it's in the corporate space, structuring my day, making a priority list, doing every single thing that you need to do so you hit on every single thing. And like, I don't have a degree, I don't have an education background, I never finished, I got kicked out of college, all that stuff. But it's all the intangible stuff that is hard to teach people that has helped me be successful in the corporate space to get up to the executive offices and all that type of stuff, to where like hard work beats talent at the end of the day. I am not a talented person when it comes to like education wise, school wise. You put something on a test, I'm going to score a 50. But if you have me go out and do it in the real world and get hands on with it, I'll master and I'll beat everybody around me, because that's just my mindset and my competitive spirit that has come out. If you
Mm.
throw them in a jungle with 9 other people, I will be the one to come back and just figure it out. And I've taken that
Preach.
every single realm of life. Like even with God and everything, I started reading the Bible from start to finish the last 4 years now. So that's something that I do every single year consistently. I get a note in my phone every single day that goes off at 8:45 p.m. at night to read the word every single night. First thing I do in the morning before I get up is pray. Last thing I do at night is pray. If anything goes on throughout the day, I pray, call somebody, whatever the case may be. And really, like fit, I used to fit God into my life wherever I needed to where now I fit him and now I fit into his life. And there's non-negotiables with church on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, certain times, going to serve the homeless, getting on Bible study Zoom calls. Like that's all part of the mindset and obedience and discipline that you need each and every day in all realms of life that helps you.
Mhm.
What about
Amen.
you? I
Yeah,
said a
so
lot.
yeah, no, I love it. Before I start talking about how I go about this, you're absolutely right. Discipline, consistency, obedience to your gut feeling, God, the spirits, whatever you believe in, I think is really, really key because that beats talent every single time. And I can't repeat this enough. People like try something and then they try it once, they tried twice, and then they give up because it forces them to get out of their comfort zone and it feels uncomfortable. But I feel like if you continue, if you don't give up, and I've been through so many things in life and I never gave up. Like, you can knock me down to my knees, I will come back and get up stronger. So, I mean, they don't say that for no reason. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So basically, just continue, just stay on it. Whatever it is that you want to reach in life, don't let nothing discourage you. At the end of the day, it starts here. Like if
Yep.
you have the mindset, if you're strong enough here, and if you are resilient, and you have to go through some stuff in life to get there. Nothing is easy, and you got to choose your heart at the end of the day. So, but
Agreed.
how I go about things, it's very, very similar. I want to say I'm also very OCD, very structured, also with my daily planning and all that. But hold on, let me show my living room now because you showed up. My living room is like this. I mean,
There we go.
it always has to be clean, always has to be like organized. My friends can tell a story about this. It's a love-hate relationship when it comes to this topic because sometimes I'm like, I shouldn't be like that. Like it's okay if there's a little mess in a corner, but then I'm like, nah, 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 nah. I can't. Like literally, I can't start working because it's stuck in my head. I can't even leave the house if I know there are dishes in the sink. Can you imagine?
Yep.
It's just insane. But yeah, I use my notes app on my iPhone to just like create a structure for my day. I also see my friends, my close friends, they're agreeing to the OCD-ness. But yeah, I use my notes app to just create structure for my day. Just, personal to-dos, work to-dos. I create, I put everything in my work calendar. But even on the weekends, like for my personal errands that I have to run, it's all in my notes app and it's in a chronological order. I don't use timestamps like you're doing it because I tried that and it would just stress the hell out of me because if I can't keep to a time frame, I'm like, holy crap, like I'm running behind and it shouldn't be, it's not supposed to be like that. And I immediately start feeling bad. And on the weekend, I don't want to put that stress into my life. So I just put them in a chronological order so I know what I have to do next. And I tick it off. And it's such a rewarding, amazing, fulfilling feeling. At the end of the day, I can be tired, but when I look at that list and I've ticked off 80% of it, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And that's just how I function. I know people are different in this regards, but I think y'all, whoever is on here and who's not having a to-do list, y'all need to start if you want to get closer to your goals, if you want to like reach your goals sooner, because this is literally life-changing. And yes, I have gotten on the faith journey. Maybe this can also be the transition to the next topic. As you've mentioned, you start your day with prayer, you end your day with prayer. Same here. For me, I've gotten more into educating myself and reading the Quran. Also, I think what has influenced or what has gotten me there is me living in the US, especially in the South, because people are so close to their faith and I was always pushing my faith away. I was always pushing my faith away. I'm Muslim and I made a very, very bad experience when I was younger. I was 10 years old. My parents put me and my brother in, in a Quran school here every Sunday. Like you go to church, we would go there every Sunday. It's a good thing. You learn about your faith. You go there, you learn how to read the Quran because the Quran is in Arabic, so I had to learn Arabic, and I was very, very good at it. I learned it quite fast. Like within a month, I already knew the entire alphabet. I knew how to read Arabic. And something happened there. So basically, the imam or the pastor, that's the imam in my religion. So he was not a good one. He was very aggressive. He would beat kids if they would say something wrong or like pronounce something wrong or if they would say a prayer wrong. And other stuff started happening. And one day I came back home and I told my parents, I'm no longer going there. Matter of fact, I don't want to have nothing to do with this entire faith, like Islam and Quran and all these prayers. I don't want it. So I was literally pushing my faith away or my religion away for the last 20 years.
Hmm.
What happened that and now I'm back to diving deeper is, for one, me living in the south of the US and seeing how beautiful it can be, believing in God and like having like certain values because we already have that in us, you know? So that kind of brought it out in me. But the second thing that happened was when I lost my dad, that was around the same time, it was shortly after I moved to Atlanta. I did not know anybody else to go to besides God. So I started praying more and more and more. And I would always feel close to my dad because he was the one praying out loud at home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I'm really on that journey currently. Also have a journal that's linked to that. So it's called the Muslim Woman's Manifesto. So it's really tailored to women and how you basically combine both worlds, living in a modern world, but still having your principles, your values, your religion. And yeah, I think it's beautiful. I'm learning so much. And I'm realizing Christianity and Islam is not so far away from each other. Like there are so many similarities. And just in general, it's not that hard to be a good person, but you got to live by certain things.
Yeah. Gotta have those
Yeah.
principles. But no, I'm proud of you on your faith journey and everything. And you heard her say that she's Muslim, so I'm Christian and everything. But we've always been very great friends. We've never judged each other on each other's religion, and also teach each other things along the way because education is very big. Just to continue learning and where everything truly originates from and everything like that. So proud of you in every single step of the way. I've been Christian my whole life. I won't say my whole life because I was out there in the streets before getting saved, as we all have. But I originally I went to church every once in a while as a kid growing up, and then like just completely got away from it as a teenager and everything, and then really So I was married for 17 years, going through a divorce right now. And my ex, she collapsed at the house back in 2012, and lost her memory, forgot how to walk, talk, all that stuff. Started having seizures. Got diagnosed with epilepsy, which is a neurological disorder for those that don't know. So you start having seizures and stuff. So think of it with all these football players that get concussions and everything with the helmets. That's a lot of what they deal with later on in life. So she had that from a concussion from dancing, doing like ballet, hip hop, contemporary dance, and all that type of stuff. And somebody dropped her in the street and hit her head on the concrete. And it just stemmed from that a couple years later. Um, but that situation allowed me to grow a lot faster in life in all realms and run towards God after that. So I got saved on August 10th of 2014, so 11 years ago. But now, for the past year and a half, been going through divorce. Um, Probably one of the toughest times of my life, and you really just find out that you didn't deal with a whole bunch of past trauma that was built up of relationship wise and all that type of stuff that you just never dealt with, and then you take it out on other people that didn't deserve it, and then you got to figure out, all right, let me run back towards God so I can get right with Him, and really dying to yourself daily spiritually, and relinquishing your will over to God every single day, and making that choice to have His will done for your life and not your own. And we got to remove all pride and ego. So that was the biggest thing that I do. So back in August of last year, I went through 40 days of prayer and fasting through the church that I go through on Saturdays. And that really helped God changed me a lot to really dissect the stuff and trauma and past hurts that I never truly dealt with in life, and really just started writing down visions and dreams and hearing from Him and His voice audibly and everything, the stuff that He was giving me that I needed to work on and change and everything like that. So really that has exploded into making thread videos every single morning that I post for about 5 minutes. And God will just give me a different topic to talk about. Like, I don't plan them out ahead of time. I don't have notes on those who literally like wake me up between 3:30 in the morning, almost every single day, and just put in my spirit of what to talk about that day. Um, but before I do any of those videos, like I said, like praying is the very first thing that I do when I wake up, and then get into the word about the topic that he wants me to speak about, to find some scriptures around it in the Bible, and really just speaking truth around that topic, and then incorporating my own personal experience and testimony. Because just like you said, we got to go through stuff in life. Like, my best lessons in life have been the hardest times in life that I've had. And everybody goes through different stuff. Everybody has tests. That's why we all have testimonies at the end of the day to share with other people. And that's why, like, the enemy, the devil wants us to hold this stuff in and not release it and tell other people about it. Just like we're on here on live right now, sharing our stories and sharing our testimonies. The devil does not want that. He wants us to keep it quiet, stay in bondage, and think that you're the only person that's going through this in life
Yeah,
ever. When the more you
exactly.
share, the more people you're gonna meet and find out you're not the only one, and that you're gonna help other people heal. Just like hurt people, free people, and healed people help heal other people. So I'm a healed
Ooh,
person. Yeah, write it down. Write it
yay! I
down. You can
love
quote
that.
it. So I'm a person that is healed, that is helping heal other people through the words that he has me speaking to. Because on paper, I'm not qualified at all to speak about anything.
Mm,
Like, I'm not ordained or anything like that. I didn't go to school or anything like that. I don't have anything fancy certificate or anything like
mm,
that. But God is using me. As long as you're living and breathing, God can use you in any type of way.
mm-hmm.
And I'm literally just being used as a vessel, sharing my story, and whatever he has for me, I'm walking through every single door on that, and knocking every single one of them down, and ain't nothing gonna get in the way of that.
Yeah, like tell them how many times we contemplated, or it was more so I think, going on live or not, because like I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, can I, should I was like, but I have to. I feel like we had to do this, as you said, because God is speaking to us, our spirits are speaking to us. Something is being installed in us that we need to do this and share our stories and help others and just spread the spirit and the love, and that it's okay to go through certain things sometimes, and it's not the end of the world. Like, you go through certain things for a very valid reason, even though you might not see it in that moment. So, um, yeah, I mean, so much to learn in life, and you never outlearn. There's always new things, and I'm really, really proud also for how far you've come with all that you've been going through, with the divorce and like finding back to to your faith and all that. And it's not easy for sure. I mean, I have my fair share of battles, and yeah, for me, it's really been like this journey really started, as I said, when my dad passed in on February 16th, 2023. So next month it'll be 2 years.
Yeah.
And
I was on the phone with you that day.
I know, and I really appreciate you for that. I was in a foreign country, in a foreign city. I had just moved there 2 months. I was there for 2 months. Started an awesome position, an awesome company. I was like at the peak of my career, and all of a sudden that happened. And I uh, I remember that day just like yesterday. When I got the call, it was like Saturday at 7 a.m. in the morning. My sister was calling me, and I was in bed. I was like, why is she calling me at 7 a.m.? She knows that's 7 a.m. out here. So I was like, I'll call her back later. I put my phone down. I woke up to the vibration of my phone, by the way. So I put my phone down and I turned around and I was like, it wouldn't stop ringing. And I'm like, something happened. Like something told me something happened.
So that's the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
When people say something happened, a gut feeling, something told me, that's the Holy Spirit talking to us in whatever way that the Holy Spirit is speaking to that person at that point in time.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was like, I need to answer that phone. I need to answer that phone, and maybe it's something urgent. She needs something from me. Anyways, answer that phone, and the the second she said the first word, I already noticed some shit is going down, basically. Um, and then she told me the news, and I immediately booked a flight and flew out that night. And you don't know, if you would have watched me that day in my apartment, I was walking from one end to the other end, trying to pack my bags, and I wouldn't know what I was doing because in my head I was lost.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I would like take something, put it somewhere, and then I would take it from there, put it in my luggage, and it was just a whole mess. So the whole day I spent packing my bag because I was so confused. And that flight back home, that 12-hour flight back home, it was the worst of my entire life. Like I was just crying the entire flight. And I couldn't help it. Like people sitting next to me are probably like, is she okay? Nobody really asked me anything, but it was really tough. And that had to happen for me to learn certain things in life, basically what really matters in life. It's not money or status or having an amazing job. If you're not happy, if you're not close to your loved ones, if you don't have a good relationship with your friends, if you yourself are not a healed person, all of that around you, that material stuff, like materialistic stuff,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you can still sit in a Porsche but be crying. And what do you have
Yep.
out of that situation? Nothing. So that happened, and then I had some situations at work where I really, really got treated a certain way, like really unfair treatment, and people trying to backstab me. And I would try to be good to people. I would be trying to be supportive and like helpful and understanding. And no matter what you do, you can only do so much. Like there's so much out of your control. And I'm the type of person, I'm very, very emotional. And I can bear and take up a lot until I explode. And when I explode, it's too late, unfortunately. When I explode, you've crossed the border.
Yeah.
And I can be very blunt and I can be very direct. And of course, in a work environment, that's never a good thing. But I got pushed to my limits, like multiple things have I got pushed to my limits. And at the end of the day, I decided, okay, this ain't working out. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Then I went on a eight month sabbatical, and that's when I truly started realizing so many things. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't even know. I don't even know where to start. Like, I started living my life first time college after college, literally first time, or after school. Even college was also a very stressful time for me. So first time in 10 or 12 years, I finally started living my life, enjoying my life. I had, enough money to have to, bridge that 8 month without working or without a job, to just be there and enjoy life, enjoy Atlanta, get out, like explore, meet people, go on networking events, do whatever the hell I want to do, and not having to like work my ass off for a corporate job that basically forced me to work more than just a 9 to 5. It was me working until midnight because somebody wanted or expected that from me. And I was literally doing what was expecting from me. I was changing myself and behaving some type of way just because somebody was expecting that. And those 8 months, it had to happen for me to leave that job and get out. That had to happen because at first I was like, what's happening? I'm not working. What's going on? Like,
Yeah.
why did all of that had to happen to me? But it opened my eyes so much. And it was the best time of my life. It was the best time of my life. And I would
You
not
was
have wanted it to
traveling
happen any
everywhere.
other way. I'm sorry?
Yeah, you was traveling everywhere during that time.
I mean, I wasn't really traveling anywhere though. I mean,
Few
my friend
times.
came to visit. We went to Miami and New York, but I just wanted to be there and I enjoyed being in Atlanta because all that whole year I was working there, I I didn't get to enjoy nothing. I was just working. I was like, I didn't just come here to work, work, work.
Yeah.
Like, come on. So, yeah.
But now
So,
God just led you down a path that you didn't understand at the time. So that's what walking by faith and not by sight is, each and every day.
yeah.
That we just don't understand
Yeah.
the plan that He has us go through at that time. And then when you start walking up the steps, a lot of us, like, we just self sabotage our lives so many different times, not wanting to go through stuff or want everything to be perfect before we take any type of leap of faith. And that's not even what faith is. Like, you're not going to be able to see everything that God has for you, because if you're able to see it, then what's the point of doing anything?
Yeah.
What's the point of
Exactly.
walking anything
Yeah.
out if you already know the
Yeah.
outcome of what it's going to be?
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to
And
look back and be like, oh, that's why He took me through that. That's why He connected me to that person or removed that person out of my life. That's why this job didn't work out.
mhm.
That's why this opportunity came out of nowhere. Like, it's all tied together that
Yeah.
people just don't even realize.
It's so true. And now, I want to say like two things. All of that made me realize because for the last decade, I was moving places for my job and I really enjoyed that. I wanted to get out after college. I wanted to explore the world. I wanted to, make a career. I wanted to like, yeah, experience certain things basically. And I'm so grateful for that, for these opportunities. But I've also like experienced a lot of negative things too, or things that were really tough for me and they were necessary. They molded me to the person that I am today.
Yeah.
And if whatever happened while I was in Atlanta and at that job, if that would not have happened, I would have probably not appreciated being closer to my family again. So now that I'm back, I moved back home. I live in my parents' or my family's house. I have my own apartment here, but I enjoy it. I love being close to family. I love being close to my friends. I was always the one who was gone. I mean, I had also friends who were gone for a little while, but they all moved back, kind of, sort of. And I'm just happy to be back. So that's like one thing. These type of experiences always make you value or appreciate
Yeah.
the real things in life, the things that really matter in life. So it's part of maturing, it's part of growing up. And then the second thing that I just want to give back. And I'm also seeing some questions in the chat, in the comments,
They're
but
not showing up on my side.
oh,
How do I see them?
they're not? Okay.
Like the
I
last
can read.
thing that I see is Shauna talking about she finished the New Testament last year, and I knew that was probably like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Well, I can read them out. So the second thing that I wanted to share and just give back to each and every one of you, if you find yourself in a toxic situation, doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter if it's at work, if it's in a friendship, if it's in a family relationship, if it's in a romantic relationship, get the hell out. Get out. You don't have time to lose. Like that toxic situation or relationship will ruin your life. Like literally, it will cause so much trauma that you will have to work on that, and it takes time to work on trauma. So I had to leave a toxic situation or a toxic relationship with work. I had to leave a job. Second thing, the amount of toxic relationships that I left. I think my friends can tell a story about that. I don't even have to say nothing. Like they can tell the entire story for me. So it's not worth it. Literally, it's not worth it. There's so many beautiful people out there. There's so many amazing jobs, amazing bosses, amazing leaders out there. Go and find somebody new. Go and find a new job. Like, what's holding you there? For me, my loyalty held me back. My loyalty to my company and to my jobs and to my bosses doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how they treated me. I literally had no self-respect at that point, I guess. Like I wasn't mature enough, and that's on me to leave that situation. So that's all I can say. That's all I can, put out there. And now I want to let me check the comments, the questions in here.
Yeah, while you're saying that, I'll just say
Mm-hmm.
jobs do not care about you at the end of the day. They just
Mm-hmm.
care about results and getting everything done. That's why it's always best to have your own stuff if you can. I know it's not realistic for everybody. Otherwise, stuff going to operate within the world like it does. But there is a point in time to where you got to make your own choice, because you're part of a bigger system that if you pass away today, they're going to replace you next week to do the exact same job. So they don't care. And the first part that you said about going through stuff in life, yeah, absolutely agree with all that stuff. Like life is not supposed to be hard. I mean, life is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard. That's how we learn the lessons that we need to learn in order to get right on the right path. And even the word talks about going through trials and tribulations and all that stuff. Like in James 1:12, like I'll read that real quick. Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love him. But a lot of us don't want to go through the trials and the tribulations to receive that crown. That's how you get molded and shaped and built up in every single thing that you do and become the person that you need to be, by the trials and tribulations that you go through in
Yeah.
life. Like I was a person that I'm naturally an introvert. Like I don't like speaking. We're on here for 50 something minutes. I don't like speaking, but God has brought me
But
out of
we
that
here.
to share my story.
But we
Hey, we
here.
here. Like I've grown out of that so much over the years by just sharing my testimony, sharing my story, and all that type of stuff. And it helps other people around me who deal with the same type of shyness,
Mm-hmm.
including my kids. Like my oldest, he's just like me, quiet, shy, and all that stuff. When I was a kid, it was way worse and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Like wouldn't even speak to people at all. People thought I was a mute and everything, but you have to allow people to develop. That's why I'm not a fan of the school system. I'm a fan of
Mm.
education, learning, growth, all that type of stuff. But the system, all these systems within place, just hinder so many people, and we're just being told so many different lies at the end of the day. That's not reality or what God has for us at the end of the day.
Exactly. I mean, what are they teaching us for life in school?
How to
Literally
write a 10-page essay.
zero, zero, nada, niente, nichts in
Exactly.
German.
What's some of the questions?
So,
I can't speak.
so I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it might be a follower of yours. She or he, Nahu, Nahuel, Bioka, was just
Oh yeah. No,
saying. Yeah, okay, Niall, sorry. Very wise words. Thanks for your testimony. Thank you. And great lessons to be learned is saying Anand. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but he's asking also, you guys are so strong. Any tips on regaining strength after a long period of disappointment or pain? Mm,
Fasting and prayer.
that's a
Fa-
good one.
Fasting is really big. That helps me because however long you choose to fast and whatever you choose to fast from, but fasting from food, which is also biblical, helps a lot because yeah, you're gonna go without food, you're gonna feel distraught and all this stuff. But the clarity in your mind and what you're gonna be able to hear from the Holy Spirit and God and everything like that will help discern your next steps and your footsteps of what you truly need to do and pray about specifically, that's the key thing. Pray specifically what you're wanting to change and heal or overcome, whatever it is in life. And stick to that every single day. Don't just say, hey, I'm going to do this for 3 days. I'm going to do this for a week. And then after a week, you're expecting the change to actually happen. Like it goes back to being consistent and disciplined in everything that you do and know that you have to walk it out every single step of the way. And it's not going to be easy at all. Like, don't listen to these podcasts or shows that make everything sound glamorous and easy or stuff on social media. Like stuff is hard. Like even the people that you see on social media that got a million followers and post a picture of a really nice car or on a fancy vacation, they're not showing you what goes on Monday through Friday and all the trials and tribulations that they get to. You're looking at something of a 30-second clip or a photograph that could have been taken for 5 seconds, and you're not seeing everything else that's happening throughout the day for that person.
Hmm.
So look at your situation specifically, and write it down what you want to change. Pray about it, fast about it, and find books about it too. That's what helped me a lot as well. Just finding spiritual guided books and healing books along the journey. From a person that used to hate reading and writing, those are two things that I love doing now, just from this whole experience.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, it is also definitely praying, but not just praying and doing nothing. Obviously, you have to do something. And what I do is, I do listen to podcasts and like watch YouTubes, but real talk, like people that have experienced and gone through hardships and they're talking and like giving you uplifting advice and things that you can do about it, and it's really really helpful. So I do use YouTube a lot, to just research on a topic that I'm going through right now and that where I can gain some or get some advice. So that, but also I pour into myself, because if you don't do that, nobody else will. You can't expect somebody else to pour into you and show you love if you can't love yourself. So I pour into myself. I do things to bring myself to the next level. I educate myself. I learn something new, maybe a new hobby, or just do more of the things that give me joy and just go harder in that. Whether it's like your career, your hobbies, like for me it's the gym. The gym has saved me a lot. A lot of times it's like the balance that I need. So I go harder in the gym. I teach myself something new. But also I connect to my close ones even more, where I can lean onto them. And I know my close friends and my family, they're always there for me. So find that someone, or find people that you're close to and that you can speak to and that they're there for you, so you don't feel alone when you go through these things, if that's what you're looking for. Because some people, they just want to be left alone. They just want to go through it alone or by themselves. That's not me, but yeah, these are the things that I would do, or that I am doing, and it really helps a lot.
Absolutely. It's hard to do anything by yourself.
Oh, and journaling. I forgot that. Journaling helps too. Journaling is also key. Yep. But that's it, I think. There are no more question, a comment. Good job, guys. Don't ever stop sharing. Thank you, Mary. We're trying our best. We're here. We're here now. But I think we spoke for almost an hour now, and we just leave some topics for the next time. What do you
Yeah,
think?
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a little part two. Give y'all a
But
little series on here.
maybe y'all can let us know topics that you want us to talk about the next time. So we're planning on doing this more frequently, maybe like once a week or once every other week. If this was helpful, just leave a comment down below if you liked it, what exactly you liked, and what you would like to hear from us the next time. I
Absolutely.
think that's. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. I really enjoyed this. It was my first live ever. I was super excited, not even nervous at all, and I just love that we can hop on here and just have a genuine like one-on-one conversation in our living rooms, in our virtual living rooms. Um, yeah, I just love the fact that we can hop on here and speak technology, blessing and curse. But yeah, I just wanna say a very heartfelt thank you to everyone who joined and for your comments and for your questions. And this is giving us a platform to just give back, pour back, share, support, create the community. And if we can find like-minded people, then I'm more than blessed if I'm surrounded by people like that, and people that want to grow and that want to work on themselves, and just to have like this great community. I just love it.
Amen. Appreciate you for hosting this and inviting me on and trusting me with all these topics. And thank you for everybody for tuning in and everything. I wasn't nervous or afraid either. I think because been open about so much stuff. Like the more you release into the atmosphere, the less the devil can hold against you at the end of the day. So not hiding anything. So it just comes out natural and organic and not afraid to share anymore. So
Yes. All right.
appreciate you. Can't wait for the next one.
Thank you. Appreciate you as always. And have a blessed day. Have a blessed night wherever you are in the world. And virtual hug. All
All
right.
right,
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.
Have a good one.
Bye.